In this video, I will be showing you how to make a simple blacklight glow fountain, perfect for your next Halloween get-together.
Okay, hey, what's up guys? This is Gabriel from Photography Dreamscapes. It's a Friday again, which means that we have another Halloween tutorial. This week we're doing the blacklight fountain. I think you'll find it's quite interesting. Let's cut to it. Okay, so what you'll need is one cauldron or other pot that looks very Halloween-like. This cauldron can be picked up at a lot of home improvement stores. You'll also need some very cheap plastic garbage bags. These you can get for $1, and some scissors to cut them with. Some duct tape is another thing you'll need. Along with a couple of very good quality Ziploc baggies. These are the double zip. You'll want to make sure they don't leak, otherwise there will be problems. You also need a wide assortment of highlighters. I have quite a few here. You can use as many as you think you need, as you'll see later in the video, but I will be using a bunch of these. You'll also need a couple of containers to add the filling from the highlighters into, along with some water, which will be in one of these containers. A blacklight, of course. This is a mini battery operated blacklight. You'll want a battery operated blacklight that can fit within one of the plastic baggies you have, along with a pump and the power source. You could use a solar panel for your pumped water source or a standard outlet AC to DC adapter. Let's get to it. The first step will be to line your cauldron. What you're going to want to do first is take your duct tape and get a small section of it, just like this, and place it over the holes. This will prevent the liner from being punctured. Okay, now all the holes on the bottom have been taped over, and we can proceed to the next step. Look inside here. We're going to kind of gather an estimate of how big we want this to be. We're going to do a rough estimate cut around the outside just to get rid of a lot of the extra. So now I've placed a few little pieces of duct tape around on the inside so that the liner will stick in there. Touch it right in the center. Now it's stuck in there. Pull it out. Okay. Outside. Now your inside will look like this. And you want to take this and tuck it all up into there. Okay, so you're looking at the pot right now, the outer rim, and I've applied duct tape to keep the liner from slipping down. Now you're going to go ahead and take the feed wire that provides power to your pump and feed it through the bottom of a small gardening pot, like I'm doing here. You're going to want to feed it through. You might have to make one of the holes a little bigger to get this part through. Colorful aquarium rocks will come in handy for the next part. These ones are an aquatic blue, green, aqua kind of color. And you're going to take those and keep this where you want it, like stabilized like that, and pour the rocks around it. Kind of like potting a plant. Oh, gosh, you don't want to spill any like I just did. Let me even this out. So now that you've filled up this small pot with rocks, you could fill this up with rocks, but then it would weigh a lot more, so this is a lot more practical and compartmentalized. You're going to want to take this and place it down into the center of your pot. Okay, so what I did was I kind of taped over part of it right there, and And then right here, I put on, if you can see that, a piece of tape just to keep this secured here. Now we can finally make our dye for the thing. We're going to be using highlighters since they contain fluorescent substances within their ink. So what you kind of want to do is kind of go around the outside right here. Oh. That works. Beware, they may pop right out. And extract this thing from the inside. This is the ink thing right here. Don't even know what it's called. Yeah. You're gonna want to collect a lot of those in there. Yellow is the most fluorescent color, but the other colors will work as well. So a method I've been using is shaking this bottle with one of the little ink, fibrous ink holding things in it. Here's a bigger one that I've been letting soak up some. It is pretty intensely intense, but I will let that soak a bit more. So I found if you add pink and yellow highlighters, you get orange. Now this looks orange, but if you were to take a piece of paper and dip it in there, it would come out yellow. It's all about concentration, just how food dyes don't look the same when they're super concentrated. I'm going to add more pink and see how it turns out. So now I've got more pink, which if my calculations are correct, should make this oranger. Bam. Science. Orange. Now let's add some orange to our orange. Here's some of the process behind the madness. So I take this, it's super absorbent, pour a little water over it, knead it, squeeze it out. This is pretty much emptied. This is my pile of empty. And we get this super concentrated orange dye. Gonna add the orange in. Oh, that's a nice orange, but not as orange as my fingers. So now we're going to be attaching this piece. This is finished being mixed up. It's a nice orange color. It'll fluoresce very well, I believe. It's a lot of lighter fluorescent colors. I'll be doing something with that a little later, but now you're going to want to kind of position this on the back with the power switch facing outward. You can't see it in broad daylight. So you're going to want it like that, but you don't want it getting wet. So what you're going to want to do is take your Ziploc baggie and put it in there. Okay, now you're going to want to take your blacklight, which is now in a Ziploc. This one fit just right. And the Ziploc is sealed. You want your switch facing up so that you can turn it on and off. You want to position it at the back of your unit and kind of line it up so that it's perfectly at the back. Well, it doesn't have to be, but it'll work best that way. And then kind of tape over the edges. Okay, so I've taped one side down with tape from the inside over. Now, it's time to get the other side. Congratulations, your fountain unit is now completed. All you have to do is plug the cord in for your pump, turn on your blacklight at night, add your mixture along with an according amount of water. This is super concentrated, so you want to add a water line up to about maybe just over the top of this little fountain rig. And this will provide an interesting effect under the blacklight. Now that you're done, I can't wait to test it and for you to watch me test it in my next video, which will be the Halloween video.